Can I tell a story when I first got here? I had a spinal injury in the lower lumbar area that it's a syndrome that 1 in 70,000 get, and on top of that I ended up having an injury that I ruptured a disc that ended up closing everything off at that time, which lost function of everything from the waist down. I went to my room and obviously couldn't move, and I remember getting up and coming down the hallway to the common area where all the patients were eating, and I thought, I don't belong here. And then I looked down and I thought, yes, you do.
For all the families and the patients that come through here, they're going through really difficult time. It's not a place you go for fun. It's work, it's recovery.
So it was all about integrating high intensity training with patients after a stroke or after a spinal cord. And so Mike specifically was on inpatient here first, so I already saw that they had been integrating that on inpatient. So then when he moved to outpatient, it was just like, okay, I've had the training, I know what to do, we gotta just keep working at it and keep pushing him really hard to get where he needs to be.
Going back to when he first had his injury, I was there with him the day, his whole world kind of came crashing down on him.
It was very hard to accept coming from a very active background, extremely active background.
And we really do innovative treatment. We see what the patient and the families need, and that's what we provide. Our goal is to get people back into the community and living life.
So very active life, and to have that all of a sudden ripped away is devastating emotionally.
And that was hard for me to even see that as somebody so close to me, as my own father.
Being a former athlete, I like to be able to push myself. And I really think that for me to get back to where I was at or anywhere close to where I was at, I think a person has to push us. You have to have a motivation. You have to have a real desire to get back. It's absolutely a team effort.
It's been really cool to see Mike's progress. The first time we got in the Riften trainer, I can't even remember how many feet we went. Not too many, I think maybe 40 feet. It was a very short distance.
When I first started, I did 40 feet. Just yesterday, I did 2,160 feet. 2,160 feet. That's just unbelievable.
And then, just yesterday, we're doing laps around here now, and so it's been really cool to see that progress.
Going back to when he first had his injury and when he first got here to RHI, and seeing him now, it was such a big transition through all of that.
And those are the things that you look back from today to where you started. Whereas if I look back today, yesterday, the day before, it was like, okay, I didn't even feel like coming. And you can chart it that way, and it's just amazing. And I couldn't do it if it wasn't for the therapist pushing.
It makes me feel better knowing that the therapists here are so wonderful, and they push him to his limits, and they're constantly making him better. It makes me feel personally good inside that he's getting better. He's getting back to where he wants to be. So.
My family absolutely believes I'm in the right place. I don't think there's a facility out there that I could have gone to be able to get the help that I need, along with the motivation that I need to get where I need.
If you ask the therapists where their focus is and their passion is, it's always the patients and their families. They're so invested in the success and the in helping with the commitment of the patients and the families to get better, to recover, whatever their recovery is going to be. That's their passion.
I think the most rewarding thing for me as a therapist is just seeing that progress. And even when the progress is slow at first, just seeing their attitudes too. Mike has just the most positive attitude.
It's gratifying to see and see their progress, see them improve, see the family actually come together a lot of times to be able to support going home. What was a hopeless situation weeks ago is now changed into something of, this is what we're going to do when we go home, and there's hope there, and there's it's an amazing build to what's going to happen next.
And to see him where he was then to where he is now, it's been leaps and bounds. Coming to a place like RHI and seeing, the patient to therapist and doctor to patient interactions, and just seeing how they can make their lives better just on a day-to-day basis, and that's what they do here.
If it wasn't for you guys, honestly, I wouldn't have done it.
So
It'd have stopped.
It's going to be a long process. I have a goal. My goal is to get back to where I was originally at. If that can't happen, my goal is at least to be able to get up and walking and moving on my own. And I don't feel that if there's a facility out there that could do that for me other than RHI. That's what's going to happen. We're going to make it happen. I absolutely belong here. This is where I need to be.